Subaru's Wildernnesses are the most rugged of Subarus. Now, when you think about off-roading, the Outback Wilderness, well, that's probably the first one that comes to mind. But what makes a wilderness a wilderness? Is it just a bunch of cool colored trim bits and mountainy badges? Is there any more room under here? Are these just like cool, like decoration? Do these logos and the stitching make it more rugged? Ruggeder? Is that a word? The Wilderness badge first appeared on the 2022 Outback. For this all-new 7th generation, it's back. So it really abandoned its old wagony proportions and looks much more like an SUV. It also gets rid of the traditional Subaru star logo and opts for this blacked out version with the word Subaru, just so you know what you're buying. It still gets the body cladding here, only it's much more cleaned up and not quite as excessive or crazy a pattern. You also get these sort of rear, like gear stops, which you could prop up a snowboard or some skis on here, and there's a little lip here so it doesn't sort of fall down. Only problem with this is it's not rubberized. This is hard plastic, so if you don't put it just exactly right, I could imagine this slipping off. This is also all blacked out. There's no function here, but it just sort of, I guess, makes it look a little wider in the back, which is not what we all want. It's good to note that the dimensions of the car, length, width, and wheelbase all remain the same except for the height. So height won't necessarily affect your ability to off-road the way, say, wheelbase will. So this Wilderness isn't negatively impacted by any size issues. Its wheelbase makes it a really nice maneuverable vehicle, and yes, it does get extra ground clearance. You're looking at 9.5 inches of ground clearance here, whereas the standard Outback just gets 8.7. If you're getting super granular about off-road geometry, well, here are the numbers. Now, those numbers are actually compelling for a vehicle like this, but one thing to note, they are improved over the standard Outback, this generation, but over the 6th generation, they are exactly the same except for the rear, which is actually a little bit diminished. And that's because you have now, in this SUV shape, more of a squared off back end. There is also some underbody protection on the Wilderness. It is, however, not a steel plate and looks and feels maybe a little bit insubstantial. The suspension is an impressive unit. It's got electronic dampers that don't scan the road ahead of you, but they do adjust depending on speed, steering input, and imperfections in the road. When it is in X mode, it will know that you are driving off-road, and so it does have some anticipatory qualities then, which comes in very handy when you are looking for some extra traction. So 25 miles an hour is the speed limit that X mode will be operating. If you do go over that 25 miles an hour, it will automatically disengage. The great thing about X mode now on this 7th generation Outback Wilderness is that it will re-engage if you drop below 25 miles an hour, which it never did before. I like that feature. The button for X mode also is now on the steering wheel right here, so it's nice and easy to employ and to remove when you're done doing your off-roading. If you are off-roading, Subaru did remove the off-road telemetry view on the gauge cluster, but after we questioned them, they are looking into bringing it back. Always helpful for someone in an off-road situation to know exactly where your car is positioned. Subaru, of course, comes with its symmetrical all-wheel drive system, which has been reworked. It now locks up that center electronic diff with the clutch more quickly and helps reduce wheel spin when you're stuck in a difficult situation. These systems are surprisingly good, making you really capable. I mean, there are so many vehicles now that are all-wheel drive that do act almost as good as some four-wheel drive vehicles. So a lot of capability, probably more that your car in your own garage can do than you even know. And that is one of the places where the Wilderness really shines. The powertrain does not change on the Wilderness. You're still getting that 260 horsepower, 2.4-liter four-cylinder boxer engine that's mated to a continuously variable transmission. Oftentimes, I am one of the first people who will complain about a CVT, but I will admit that Subaru has refined theirs so much to this point where it does not bother me. I'm not hearing that big droning sound when you're accelerating. Certainly now I'm only going 10 miles an hour on this very rugged road. I really don't hear it even if I put my foot into the throttle. So normal people, listen, most normal people are not even going to notice this, and it's a very smooth operating version of the CVT. It does come with paddle shifters, so if there ever is an instance where you want to maybe get a little bit more of that torque, you just hit the paddle down and it's going to pretend and act like you've just downshifted. So handy, any way you slice it. The Wilderness does get equipped with an all-terrain tire. They have changed from Yokohama Geolanders. Not sure that I'm a huge fan of that. They've put Bridgestone Dueler tires on this. I do not have much experience driving on Bridgestone tires, and I've never driven on the Dueler before. So far, so good. This grip seems to be fine here. Seems to be doing everything that I want it to do. They certainly on the road have been nice and quiet. Maybe that means they're a little bit more subdued, less aggressive than the Geolander. But I'd like to spend a little bit more time in this, maybe do something a little bit more aggressive just to see how much I actually like that Bridgestone tire. The Outback Wilderness also does get very specific off-road wheels. The Wilderness also comes with hill descent control. It is operating right now, so my foot is not on the gas or on the brakes. It is the adaptive cruise control. If you're in X mode, it does operate as a hill descent control. I like this if you're new to off-roading and you want to really focus on what it is that's going on around you. This will allow you to prevent slippage and all that kind of stuff. Although I have to say, if you're new at off-roading, this might make you a little bit nervous, like taking your foot off the pedals and leaving it to the car. But it's a great system.
One thing I was not crazy about with X mode, when it's engaged either in snow and dirt or deep snow and mud modes, it automatically engages hill descent control. And you cannot disengage or decouple those systems. So you are automatically using hill descent control. The vehicle does read that you are going downhill and starts to engage the system whether you want it to or not. I would actually like to be able to have more control over whether I'm using hill descent control or not. I'm not sure about you, but I would love to see these two systems uncoupled so people can use them when they want to. On the exterior, you get these ladder roof rails, which are standard across all trims, but they've added measurement markers and integrated rope hooks to tie stuff down easily and place the rack itself. Dynamic load for your roof tent or other gear is 220 pounds max. That's an impressive number. Static max is 800 pounds. Lateral load is also 220 pounds. That means you could hang a mountain lion or an industrial cooking appliance off the side of the Outback, if you wanted to. Other upgrades not specific to the Wilderness, but helpful out in the wild nonetheless. 2 more cubic feet of cargo space behind the second row, 5 more behind the first row. And you have utility hooks that have anchor points in the rear cargo area that can hold up to 6 pounds each.
You also get this flexible hammock. This is a cover for the cargo area. There are a lot of different ways that you can configure this. It's pretty handy. First, you can use it as a step cover in case this is really dirty and you're putting stuff in. You don't have to get all this crap on your clothes. It also makes a handy partition in case your doggo is sort of jumping around back there. You can use it as a hammock. Look at that. I definitely would not fit in there, but maybe a tiny little baby dog. And then just a tonneau cover. You do get standard on the Wilderness a StarTex synthetic upholstery, which is really easy to clean and very durable. You also get this embossed little logo on here. For the first time, you can get the Wilderness also in Napa leather. Now, do the logos and the stitching make this more durable, rugged? I don't know, maybe. I can make an argument for that.
If you're looking for something similar in the segment, well, there are a lot of manufacturers that make, quote, off-road options. Subaru's own competitive set was a little confusing to me. They picked the Toyota RAV4 Hybrid Woodland, the Honda CR-V Trail Sport, Jeep Cherokee Hybrid Overland, Ford Bronco Badlands, and the Hyundai Santa Fe XRT. A lot of those are smaller than the Outback. I would personally consider the Honda Passport Trail Sport more of a direct competitor. They're the same length. The Passport is just a little bit wider and a little bit heavier, but it does have a similar system to X Mode that will help you tremendously when you are off-road. So, to me, that is more of a direct competitor. To Subaru's credit, the Outback Wilderness outsells both the Honda Passport and Pilot Trail Sports combined.
Regardless of which SUV with its kind of off-roadiness you choose, you can click the link above and Kelley Blue Book can help you find a fair purchase price on any of them. So after going through ruts, through mud, over hill and dale, on just sort of not really washboarded road, but just a gravelly road, I can definitely say that I really think this suspension is ridiculously comfortable. This is a very easy car to drive. Whether you're on the road or off the road, I think you're not going to be disappointed when it comes to how the Subaru Outback, especially the Wilderness Edition, handles and drives. Lots of nice capability, lots of comfort. So no, the Wilderness badge is not just in name only. With the Outback Wilderness, you are going to be able to do more than just a little bit of off-road fun. You want to know the other way that you can tell a wilderness is a wilderness? It's got dirt all over it.